What's up, guys? Today we have a clip of Jesse Lee Peterson completely destroying a LGBTQ feminist activist that claims to be a Muslim.
What's liberating about the Quran?
As you can see, I'm not covering my hair, and a lot of times the tradition or the culture has taken over the actual values of the Quran. So, for example, in many of the Muslim majority countries, marriage between a child and adult is permissible. But in actuality, the Quran is very clear, marriage is between two consenting adults. There's a lot of human rights abuses that is being perpetuated in the name of Islam, making women the property of man, for example.
That's not in the Quran?
That is not in the Quran.
Why are so many men and women, adult people, going along with it around the world
That's
if it's
right.
not there?
Yeah.
Why are they going along with that?
Politics, dictators, use religion to control their subjects.
Are you a feminist?
Yes.
You're a feminist?
Absolutely. Prophet Muhammad was the first feminist.
How did that happen? I've learned more about Islam and Muhammad over the years. I don't know a lot about it. But from what I've heard and read, he was a bad guy.
Yeah, you know what? It
he had
depends
more than one wife.
Yeah.
He liked little girls.
No, that's not
He
true.
wanted to destroy the Christians.
The first thing you have to be careful what book you pick up when you read about Islam.
Are your parents aware that you are a progressive, feminist, social justice type of a person?
My father's passed on, so he hasn't seen this part of me.
Thank God.
But you know
He's
what?
probably turning over in his grave.
No, but you know what? He pushed me as hard. I mean, feminist is not just for women. Men need to be feminists too.
No. Way, no.
Yeah, what's your definition of feminist?
A feminist is a female who hate men,
No.
who hate the order of God,
No.
who is jealous of man's relationship with God.
No, you're wrong. That's not my definition
And
of
not only
feminist.
kill the man, but would kill the kids along with the man.
No,
If they got in the way.
that's not what a feminist is.
Hardcore lesbians.
Okay, but that's not what I am. Okay, what my definition of feminist? Because so let me explain something to you. As Muslim feminists, is that we're not here to replace matriarchy with patriarchy.
Oh, good.
Then what's the point?
That's
we
right.
are here because we are in it together.
You know that Barack Obama is a feminist,
Yeah.
right? You know that. Look
Yeah.
what happened to the country.
I love the country.
You do?
I do.
After 8 years?
Yeah.
We're more divided.
Yeah, but that's because
People bring home less money. The country broke. I mean, it's a real...
I don't think the country
We
is
had
broke.
terror attacks.
Yeah.
Terrorist attacks in America.
Yeah.
One woman's head was cut off at work in Oklahoma. She was beheaded by a Muslim. And it's all because we have a feminist president. A man who hates men, who hates masculinity.
But what does a woman beheaded in Oklahoma has to do with a feminist president?
Because he's a weak president, so toughness doesn't exist in his mind. He hates that kind of stuff. You support LGBT
people. Yeah.
rights, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
And do you think homosexuality is normal?
I don't believe in discriminating against homosexuals.
So do
they are
you
human
believe-
beings. God created homosexuals.
So do you, well, he created the person,
Yeah.
but he didn't create the sin that's made a home inside the person.
That's your understanding, but I don't agree with that position at all. I don't think that two human beings loving each other. I'm not talking about free sex here because heterosexuals do that too. I'm talking about a respectful relationship between two human beings.
Can it be respectful though? I don't think so. I mean, two men in each other, even if they're married, it's really bad, And it's not even a real marriage because marriage was established by the church. You get married in front of God, you become one flesh, and you have kids. That's the entire point. These people can do that. But let me know what you guys think.
I think homosexuality is normal.
It is normal because if it's a loving relationship, it's normal.
So there's nothing about the two male body parts or
two
female
women.
body parts. There's nothing about it that says, you know what, maybe something is wrong with this, and I'm just not seeing it correctly.
It's love.
If homosexuality is normal, why do they have to go outside of their homosexuality if they want to have a baby? Like for a man and a woman, we don't have to look nowhere else. we go right to each other.
Yeah.
But two women together, or two men, if they wanted a child, they have to step outside the homosexuality and go to a male or female to make that happen. So if it's normal, why do they have to step outside of homosexuality to do it?
But that's because we assume the dominance of heterosexual as the culture of the day, and that being married or being heterosexual means we have to procreate. The idea of homosexuality being a sin, I think is problematic on so many levels. Did you know that just yesterday a Muslim father killed his gay son because of the same belief that he is a sinner?
I'm not saying we should go that far with it, but we shouldn't accept it as a norm because those people are not happy. We shouldn't hate, but we should not accept a wrong or an abnorm as a norm.
But,
you know, we shouldn't do that, because if a person is suffering in sin, he or she is a slave to sin, they can't see their way out. And so instead of accepting it as a norm or something that's right or good or just, we say, no, this is not right. Here's how you overcome it. And that's how you show love to the person that's enslaved by sin.
Yeah, I don't agree with that approach, because if you look at the brain of a homosexual, their mechanicals are very different than a straight heterosexual.
They are.
They are created that way.
Well, you know why their mechanical is messed up? Is because...
It's not messed up, it's different. I didn't say it was messed up. You said that, I didn't say that.
Because they have turned away from God, and they are alcoholics and drug addicts.
But why do you think they're
lonely?
But why do you think
all the lesbians are
But you know why? Because we have discriminated against them. Yeah.
No, they
you know how traumatized they are by all the by all the homophobic sermons, and just not in the mosque as well. You know how traumatizing and painful it is for a human being to go and to be hated?
They are disagreed with. Now, you can find people who hate them, but I understand the trauma that you're talking about, because anytime you're wrong and you go to a location or a place where someone is teaching that this is wrong, but you don't want to accept it as being wrong, you're not going to like that. But for those homosexuals who know that is wrong and they would like to get out of it, they are happy when someone is telling them how to overcome.
Yeah, okay. We shouldn't be discriminating. Do you know that in many states in the United States that they can be fired just because they're homosexual? Do you think that is right?
I doubt if that happened nowadays.
Yes, they do. There are so many laws in the books where, whether it be employment, whether it be housing. I mean, if it was a race, or if it was a black person, that would not be acceptable. Why is it acceptable for homosexuals?
If homosexuals did not impose it upon anyone, most people wouldn't care about it. They wouldn't know that you are homosexual at work unless you're real feminine kind of thing. No. But they wouldn't really, no one really cares about that.
So you know what? If we're talking about social justice, we have to be even about it. We cannot pick and choose who we want to defend human rights.
I think where you may be confused is that I don't think the average person, exceptions to the rule, but I don't think the average person hate the person, that's a homosexual. They are not accepting of the sin that's made a home in them.
But that's not anyone's
homosexuals
business.
Want to be accepted of that.
No.
What do you mean it's not anyone's business? We live in the same planet. Okay? It's not my business, but you guys make parades. You guys go around naked promoting this shit. That's why people care. Because people don't want drag queens to teach their kids. That's simple as that. You guys push it everywhere, in every institution possible, and when you get backlash, you act like you're the victim? Come on.
No.
You say it's not our business?
No.
And it would be our business if they didn't try to impose it on us.
Well, no one's imposing
They want laws and things to make us accept it. As a norm.
But they're being discriminated.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I'm sure you can find it, but the average person don't care.
But that's not right. You have to care about someone's human rights. We live in America. We are not a theocracy.
No, they don't care about them.
So now you have to care. Only if you agree, you can care. But if you disagree, you should not care. That's the mentality of these woke people.
You're a homosexual.
Well, if they're being discriminated, then you should.
Let me ask, do you have proof of that they've been discriminated against?
You can look at statistics. It's available online.
But they make up those numbers.
No, come on. I think God is the only one that can decide who is a sinner or not. It's not for us human beings to do that.
But God gave his children the ability to discern right from wrong.
For themselves.
No, for others too, because if you don't, evil will overtake you. So you have to see it so you can fend yourself from it. I hear that you perform same-sex weddings.
Yep.
You have, right?
I have, yeah.
Is that, how does Islam feel about that?
They disagree completely just like you do.
So you going against your religion to do this?
No, I'm not going against my religion. The thing is, everything that we do is substantiated by scholars of Islam.
But a lot of the scholars are intellectual nutcases, and they tend to make up what they want. You know, because they too have gotten away from God, the values of love and being honest and fair with one another, and so they're so intellectual and prideful that they just kind of come up with whatever they feel good to them. Have you noticed that?
No, I think you're completely wrong on that as well.
When you hear blacks say that they don't like it when homosexuality is compared to being black, because homosexuality is not about love, it's not about family, and it's not about civil rights, it's about sex. And so you do understand why blacks...
No, it's not about sex. It's not about sex.
How else would you know that they are homosexual if it wasn't the sex thing?
What about heterosexuals? They don't have sex?
Right, but man and woman.
So? It's sex, isn't it?
It says that they are heterosexual because they have sex with man and woman. One of the ways.
Okay.
But what do you understand about blacks feeling that way? How do you understand that?
I can understand how your civil rights being compared to an ideology or to an understanding of Christianity, like as yourself, how being equated to something so sinful and blasphemous is in itself a blasphemy.
Yes.
Totally understand that.
So why not go on that side of the fence and defend those people who disagree with being compared to homosexuals?
I mean, all I'm saying is that homosexuality should not be, their rights should be protected just as all other human beings. Housing, employment.
But they do have those rights.
They don't. I am telling you, you are
they have
denying it. The problem is you're denying it and you're not willing to face the facts. If I do this work and I am very aware of the states that are actually discriminating. Let me say something. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
So you think it's okay then to have a theocracy in America?
I'm not aware that we have one.
Well, if you are legislating based on
But they're not doing that.
Yes,
Who's
they are.
doing that?
You go to Texas, you go to Arizona, you go to a lot of the states, they are doing that.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay. Let's say, based on your issue with homosexuality, they're doing that.
Well, I don't have an issue with it. I just don't accept it as a norm.
No, you do have an issue with it.
No, I don't.
No, you're doing it based.
No.
Okay,
my heart goes out to them.
Okay, if you were going to be a legislator today, how would you legislate laws? You would ban same-sex marriage, probably, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. And you would also do not care whether they're being discriminated, housing.
Yeah, but you want to infiltrate the church, you know? That's the thing. You guys infiltrated the Protestants. You tried with the Catholics. Obviously, we're not going to do that. Simple as that. You guys trying to infiltrate every institution possible. Again, marriage was established by the church. Islam came 600 years later. I'm not even talking about Islam. Marriage is a religious sacrament. It's not a thing that you just do because you want to do it. Gay marriage, if it is banned in some states, is good. I mean, you guys are not following the church. Why do you want to get married anyway? Since you're not following the church, you're not Christians or Muslims. Even if you say so, you're not, because you're proving it clearly. Basically, what these people are asking, LGBT activists, this kind of people, feminists, okay, we want to enter your club, but you're going to change the rules for us. That's insane. It's been the same for thousands of years, so we're not going to change the rules for some lunatics. They don't even know what they are. Who are you? How about you build your own thing instead of infiltrating our faith?
Employment, what have you.
As a human being, I would care about that. But
Good, I'm glad to hear that.
They will have to prove that it's happening. Homosexual radical ones are liars. They don't tell the truth.
But that's not right. You can't say people are liars.
No, I said radical homosexuals. There are some that are not liars, but the radical ones don't tell the truth. What's wrong with discriminating?
What? Are you kidding me?
Do you discriminate?
That's the thing. Like, the way to God consciousness is to not discriminate, and that is the challenge of all human beings.
No, that's not true. God tells us to choose good over evil, choose love over hate. You know, we always choose everybody that.
But are
walks
you
this,
choosing love over hate?
Yes, everybody that walks the earth discriminates. When you go against Christians and agree with the homosexuals, you're discriminating against the Christians.
But not all Christians agree with you.
No, but when you go against those who disagree with you, you're discriminating
Then in
against
that
them.
case, I'm discriminating against Muslims too who disagree with me.
Right. So if you can discriminate, why can't we discriminate?
Yeah, but I'm not discriminating based on hate. I'm discriminating based on love.
So
I'm choosing
how is
love.
it that you're able to discriminate against the Christians in love, but the Christians can't discriminate against you in love?
So you think it's okay to discriminate?
No, answer that for me first.
I am.
How is it that you can do it in love, but I can't?
There's no discrimination against Christians who do not want to support, who do not want to conduct same-sex marriage.
Okay,
you
let me
don't
ask you.
have to.
That's not true.
There is true.
No,
There's
let me ask you.
Let me say something. There is a separation between religion and state. Even when the state of California did not pass same-sex marriage, I was conducting same-sex marriage. You know why?
Why?
Because there's a separation between religion and state.
So how the fuck are you saying that they have less rights? You just got done saying, well, they can do this, they can do that. So you still did it. You clearly said it now. So what are the laws and rights that gay people don't have? Everything. They can do whatever they want. In some cases, in some states, they cannot get married. They can travel a bit and get married. So what? We're talking about real rights and laws, not that bullshit. That is not even a right, okay? Right to get married. It's not even a real marriage, like I said. And it's not a survival thing that you have to do to survive. I don't know. This bitch is like you.
In Oregon, I believe, or maybe Washington, who had a bakery.
Uh-huh.
And these radical homosexuals, two lesbians, went there to ask to bake a cake.
Yeah.
I believe a lesbian. And they said, no, we don't do that.
Yes.
Our religion say no to
Yes.
that. And now they are almost put out of business. They've been fined and harassed by the homosexuals. Even the courts are making them do it. Is that discrimination?
It is discrimination on so many different levels. Do you want me to go into legal?
Are they discriminating against the Christians by forcing them to do something they don't want to do based on religion?
We can disagree,
You're right.
Jesse.
We
We can
should be able to
disagree, and we should
disagree,
be. But please, we must not hate each other. No matter how strong that ideology is, we must not hate each other. We're all in it together.
Well, make sure you let them know that.
You have to
'Cause
let,
there's some
and you have
hateful
your radio
folks.
show. You are a pastor. You all that good stuff.
Well,
You
let me
need to
tell
do
you
your
this.
part. I am just a social activist.
Right.
I don't
Well,
have
you're
past-
nationwide, you're worldwide now, so you're not
I do-
just a social
I
activist.
do my part.
So give me a quick yes or no. Were those Christians being discriminated against by the radical homosexuals who tried to make them?
No, I'm not going to answer
bake
that
a
question
cake?
because that was not even listed on the question. And we spent 20 minutes on
I
LGBT
know.
rights.
Do you support abortion as well, as a progressive?
I support the women's right, women's reproductive rights. Yeah.
So that means you do support
Yes,
abortion?
absolutely.
Yo, this was just a disaster. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, this women like this, I don't even know why you're talking. You don't even know what you believe. You're so mixed up. But guys, let me know in the comments what you think. If you agree with Jesse, or maybe, I don't know how, but you agree with the feminist. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to. Christ is King, and God bless you.